Okay, so this is the latest update for the Water Problem Service, which is us introducing Fix My Street to Hackney. We've been working on this service for a little while now. We had a pause from My Society, who are the organisation that deliver the product, for the last 2 weeks due to the pandemic, but the work's been picking up again now. And I'm going to go through the current status and what we have coming up. So first of all, quickly to reiterate for the overall vision of the Water Problem Service, which is to have a simple method by which citizens can report a variety of issues online and automatically receive updates as they are resolved, and to allow the folks in the customer contact centre and service areas that respond and fix these issues integrate with the service with a minimal effort. So our overall goals are to have a much better experience of being able to raise issues online, to reduce calls coming into the contact centre because people will automatically be receiving status updates, so they won't need to phone in to find out what's happened about issues that they've raised, and also to be able to eventually have new types of online reporting, specifically around noise and antisocial behaviour, which I'll talk about later on. So this is the fourth show and tell. I'll include a link to these slides in the description for the video. And if you go to these slides, you can go back and watch the first one if you'd like to have a history of how we got up to this point in the project. So things I'm going to cover today, we've got the good things that are currently happening, our current issues, things that are going to be coming up soon, and then time for questions at the end. So good things. As I said earlier, My Society has restarted their development work this week. The main two things that they are focusing on are single sign-on for staff. So this is using G Suite, which we use throughout the council. And it will enable people within the organisation who need to use the product to be able to sign in very easily without having to have a new username and password. And the second thing that they're significantly working on this week and next week is around a thing called location-based routing. Now, what we have at Hackney, which is a little different to most other local authorities, is we have different service area teams within the council who deal with issues depending on where they're located. So we have teams that are dedicated to our tenant resident estates, and teams that are dedicated to our parks, and then teams that work on areas in the rest of the borough. And so we need to be able to route these issues when they're raised to the right part of the organisation, depending on where it is. We've been very happy to discover that when we provided our API endpoints to our geolocation server to Fix My Street, that they were able to integrate those pretty quickly and easily. So we're hoping that the ability to do that routing depending on location is something they'll be able to do in no more than a week's work or so. And that's going to work out very nicely for us. The other thing that My Society is then going to move on to is completing integration with Alloy. Alloy is the new case management system that's being used to begin with in the highways team within the council for managing their issues. What we're keen to be able to demonstrate is both an end-to-end integration for those, so residents or anybody really can raise an issue in Fix My Street, which if it is a category that's related to something that highways covers, it gets automatically raised in Alloy. When it gets fixed by the appropriate service area team, they close it in Alloy, and then that's automatically then passed through to Fix My Street, which then informs the person who raised it that that issue's been resolved. We're also keen to be able to demonstrate that any issues that are raised proactively by anybody in the service area in Alloy will also be visible in Fix My Street, so people will be able to see the works that the council are doing in their area. Other good things going on at the moment. We've received a significant amount of really good comments on the issue categories from representatives from the contact centre. So we're busy going through those at the moment and finalising everything. We've got a meeting to go through the remainder of those towards the end of this week. We also received from My Society the latest iteration of the prototype for how we're going to be recording noise nuisance within Fix My Street. And that's been sent out to service area experts, both within Hackney and other councils that we've been speaking to about the same issue. And we'll follow that up this week and then take their feedback and return it to My Society for the next iteration of the prototype. So Current issues, more or less everything's going really well. We're obviously behind schedule like everybody else due to the pandemic and people being rescheduled for a while. There's only really one notable risk, I would say, at this point in time, which is related to bringing service areas in the council on board with the notion that they're going to have to do with what I've been calling double close, which means that at the moment, emails to those areas come into a shared inbox, so there might be an issue they need to go and deal with. They would then put that on their own case management system and then close it when it's done. Now, when an issue is raised by somebody in Fix My Street and is then routed to that inbox, they're going to raise it on their case management system. And then when they've finished with that issue and resolved it, they're then going to need to close it on their own case management system, but also log in and close it in Fix My Street as well. So they need to close it in two places so that the resident is informed that that thing has been resolved. So that's a thing that we need to get buy-in from those service areas in the council, and those conversations are just starting. So while our technology delivery is going ahead well, and we've got a very good relationship with the customer contact centre, the conversations with the implementing service areas are early days. So we'll see how those pan out. So in terms of what's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be finalising the list of category issues that we supported in the MVP. We think there's going to be about 90 of those. This is an ongoing conversation between ourselves, My Society, Contact Centre, lots of different places trying to make sure that we're all on board with how that's going to be mapped. We're going to finish drafts for the updates to the main Hackney website. So that's first of all a set of pages that if you were to Google for how to raise these kind of issues at Hackney, you'd get routed through a good interface and not just immediately dropped into Fix My Street, but you have some information about various things related to those issues on the way. But what we also want to do is we want to put a page together with some expected resolution times for the different types of categories that we've got. And then the plan is that the automated messages that come from Fix My Street when you've raised an issue would include a link to that page on the council website so that you'd be able to see approximately when those issues or the type of issue that you've raised is likely to be resolved. And again, hopefully that will decrease the number of calls coming into the call centre. We have a conversation going on towards the end of this week between some of our technical experts and the DevOps person at My Society about ensuring the emails that come from Fix My Street, the Hackney version of Fix My Street, appear to come from the council. So it looks like it's always us that's being in touch. We're going to be finalising the ally integration, which again, we're hoping to get into a position where we can start doing full end-to-end testing in a couple of weeks. And I've got a duplicate at the bottom. Yes, issue categories that are going to be in the MVP. So at the next show and tell, the main thing that I really want to do is to be able to demonstrate that end-to-end journey. So raising an issue in Fix My Street, seeing it in Alloy, closing it down in Alloy, and seeing it being closed in Fix My Street. So we'll do a live demo of that next time. And anything else that you think that I've missed out, please let me know. There's probably an opportunity as well to show off the draft pages for the updates to the website. So I'll include those as well next time. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
That was really comprehensive, and as you say, short but really, really good. I guess my only bit of feedback would be absolutely it would be great to have a demo next time of how it actually works.
Yep. So yeah. If people listening would like to see a demo of the actual product, they can go to one of the earlier show and tells and go and have a look. They're all available on the Hackett YouTube site. But we'll do a live demo of the integration next time. We also have an existing staging server, which if people would like to have experimented the product because it is related to the work that they are doing, then please just let me know and I can get you a login for that straight away, and then you can spend some time familiarizing yourself with the product. We've already got a whole bunch of folks in the contact center doing that and various other people in the organization, and I'm happy to add anybody else in who has a good reason for wanting to be able to get familiar with it. Okay, all right, that's it. Thank you very much.